Hello comic book people out there, it is Wednesday and it is comic book day. Let me show you what I got. Batman issue number 17, I Am Bane part 2. Batman took the Psycho Pirate from Bane and Bane wants him back. Batman needs Psycho Pirate to fix the fractured psyche of Gotham Girl. And Batman's trying to save his sidekicks from being involved in all this. But at the same time, Bane is now taking out Batman's extended family. This is a pretty good storyline and I'm glad they're doing Bane right. Batwoman Rebirth. This entire issue is somewhat of a rehash of Batwoman's origin. Basically, her father's a military guy, her mother and sister were both murdered. She tried her own hand at being in the military and she kind of spiraled down for a bit, not really knowing what she should be doing until she was inspired by Batman, who happens to be her cousin in real life. Well, when I say real life, I mean in comic book world. She's the cousin to Bruce Wayne. It was pretty good, not the best out of all the Rebirth titles out there, but still I think it did catch me on enough, so I'm going to continue on reading the ongoing series. Sam Wilson, Captain America, issue number 19. Holy crap, look at this cover. I mean, this cover is really powerful. The superhero Rage is being put on trial for a crime he didn't commit. Captain America has footage showing his innocence. Unfortunately, though, this footage is inadmissible in court, which is not going to end very well for the city. This entire story has lots of different allusions to what is really happening in today's society. This entire run with Sam Wilson as being Captain America is very strong, and you can't ignore the parallels that's happening in this story as to what's happening in our own culture. Nightwing issue number 15, Bldhaven, Epilogue. Dick Grayson is starting to date another girl who isn't one of his usuals. You know what I mean, it's not Batgirl, it's not Zatanna, it's not Starfire, it's not Midnighter, it's Defacer, also known as Shawn Tsang. She was framed for murder and then she turned away from crime. This entire issue encompasses the first couple of months of her and Dick Grayson dating. But superheroes' lives never go perfectly and something really bad happens at the end of this issue. Spider-Man issue number 13. Miles Morales' dad is rejoined with S.H.I.E.L.D. Unfortunately, he's gone missing. And S.H.I.E.L.D. has given Spider-Man an alternate reality hopping thing so he can go to other realities to try to find his pop. And he ends up finding an alternate version of him, a not so good version of him. And Spider-Gwen is helping him out because apparently everyone is really into Spider-Gwen right now. Speaking of spiders, the Clone Conspiracy issue number 5. This is somewhat the conclusion to this storyline, which means there should be no more clone issues. Yeah, right, seriously, no one believes that. The storyline doesn't tie up all the loose ends when it comes to the clones, but at least it does contain the entire story where the carrion virus that was deteriorating the clones has been kept down and it's not spreading out to the general population. Soon we're going to be having an ongoing Scarlet Spider storyline, which I'm curious how that's going to play out, being that Ben Reilly is the villain in this story. By the way, there was a Spider-Gwen in this storyline as well because, like I said, everyone apparently really likes Spider-Gwen. Superman issue number 17. What monster lurks in Dead Man's Swamp? This is okay, it was nothing special. It felt more like it was a standalone story that had to do with Jonathan Kent, although it does sow the seeds for a future storyline having to do with the surroundings around their farm. I'll just leave it at that, but this was not an essential read. Finally, the last comic book I read was Venom issue number 4. The only reason I'm sticking out with this series is we've been promised that Eddie Brock is going to return back. Whether or not he's going to be taking on the symbiote himself, or whether or not he's just going to be appearing in the comic book is yet to be seen. I was okay with the symbiote going to different hosts from time to time, but I was really hoping that at some point, Marvel would have the symbiote return back to Eddie Brock. The current host is Lee Price. He's a mercenary, and he's trying to build up his ranks so that he looks good for the Black Cat. And he's taken on the Scorpion, who happens to be one of the former hosts for the symbiote. Personally, I'm not a fan of Lee Price's character. I'm not sure if he's being written this way on purpose, so that when Eddie Brock does show up, then the entire shift of the story is going to be on him instead, which is something I'm really hoping for. But that's my comic load for this week. I also got the Wildstorm issue number 1 and He-Man Thundercats issue number 5, but I'll talk about both of those in separate videos. What did you guys get? Leave comments down below and let me know. But that's it for now. Thank you guys for watching me in this video. Be sure to check out my Patreon site when you get a chance, and hopefully I'll join you in another video very soon. Peace, love, and I'll stand. I'll see you guys later. Peace. I know I say this like every single time, but Nightwing's ass is on fire in this issue. They make really damn sure that everyone can see it in several different panels.